Okay, we start with module 5, and these are the things that we'll have to study in module 5. In the moon portions of that, you have to study about macro preprocessor, you will have to study about device drivers, and we'll be studying about the text editor. So these three things we have to cover up in module 5. So I had actually explained about macro processor in the very beginning of the class. We had started with the different softwares which are being used. So we were talking about the macro processor or the macro preprocessor, you can say. Still, today we'll just have a brief overview of your macro processors or macro preprocessors that you say. So what do you understand by macros? What do you understand by macros? Macros are said to be considered as special code fragments. Okay, macros are said to be considered as special code fragments that are defined once in a program. ഒറ്റൊരു പ്രാവശ്യം നമ്മൾ അതിനെ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ ഡിഫൈൻ ചെയ്യും. Okay, definition means what all functionalities it has to implement. Okay, so that is what you understand by definition. And are used repetitively, it will be used repeatedly by calling them from different places within the program. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒരു കോഡ് ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റ് എനിക്ക് എവിടെയെല്ലാം ആവശ്യമുണ്ട് അതിനെ എനിക്ക് ആ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് പ്ലേസസിൽ ആ കോഡ് ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റ് ഞാൻ യൂസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് വരും. ഐ ബി കോളിംഗ് ഇറ്റ് റിപ്പീറ്റഡ്ലി. മാക്രോ പ്രോസസ്സർ, മാക്രോസ് അതാണ്. ഒരു മാക്രോസ് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്കൊരു കോഡ് ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റ് ആണ്. അത് ഒറ്റൊരു പ്രാവശ്യമേ നമ്മൾ പ്രോഗ്രാമിൽ ഡിഫൈൻ ചെയ്തുള്ളൂ. ആൻഡ് എവിടെയെല്ലാം ആവശ്യമുണ്ടോ അവിടെയെല്ലാം ഈ മാക്രോസിനെ നമ്മൾ call ചെയ്യും. Okay, and it will be replaced in that particular portion. But macro processor എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതൊരു പ്രോഗ്രാം ആണ്. Okay, that copies a stream of text from one place to another, making a systematic set of replacement. അതെന്താ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത് നിന്ന് വേറെ സ്ഥലത്തോട്ട് കോപ്പി പേസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ജോലിയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. Now let us see what all this is. Now if you see this particular part, ഈ ഒരു portion നോക്കുമ്പോൾ here I have provided the macro definition. This is said to be called as the macro definition. Okay, seeing in this part, you see this part. Okay, this is said to be called as the macro definition. This is said to be called as the macro definition. In macro definition lo orthu vekkende terms nu parna, the first line that you see, it is said to be called as the macro prototype. It is said to be called as macro prototype. It is said to be called as a macro prototype. Now, what does the macro prototype consist of? It consists of three parts. It consists of the name for your macro. Okay, or pair on the name is sum. Okay, it consists of name of a macro. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഒരു keyword macro നമ്മൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. We have used a keyword which is said to be called as macro, which tells you that നമ്മൾ എഴുതാൻ പോകുന്ന കാര്യം എന്താണ്, ഒരു മാക്രോ ഡെഫിനിഷൻ ആണ്. ഒരു മാക്രോസ് അതിനൊരു കോഡ് ഫ്രാഗ്മെന്റ് നമ്മൾ എഴുതാൻ പോവാണ്. ദിസ് ഇസ് എ സ്റ്റാർട്ടിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് ഓഫ് ഇറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് ദെൻ യു ഹാവ് എ തേർഡ് പാർട്ട് which is said to be called as the parameter. You can have a single parameter, you can have more than one parameter. Okay, ഇവിടെ ഞാൻ ഒറ്റൊരു പാരാമീറ്ററെ ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളൂ. But normally you can have more than one parameter. And the parameters are always appended by, they're preceded by the ampersand. Okay, they're always preceded by the ampersand. So macro definition here, the first line of the macro definition is said to be called as a macro prototype. The prototype consists of three parts. Okay, the first part is the name of your macro. Second part is the keyword macro, which actually tells you the starting of your macro definition. And the third one is the parameters. Third is said to be the parameters. Here we only have a single parameter. And the parameter always begins with an ampersand. Okay, it begins with a character which is said to be called as the ampersand. Then you have another keyword which is called as mend. That means macro end. Okay, you have mend. You have another keyword which is said to be called as mend, which means it is macro end. This actually indicates the end of my macro definition. This actually indicates the end of my macro definition. The line number 2 to 5, it forms the body of your macro. It is said to be called as the body of your macro. Okay, that forms the body of your macro. I repeat once again, macro definition, first line is your prototype, macro prototype, which consists of three things. It consists of the name of the macro. You have a keyword macro, which indicates the beginning of the definition, followed by the parameters which are going to be used by the macro. The last line consists of macro end keyword, which is given as MEND. It always indicates the end of the definition of your macro. The lines which are between your macro and MEND, it is said to be considered as the body of your macro. It is said to be considered as a part of the body of your macro. Okay, now see how it is written, how it is being written. It is written as LDA, that is you have to load into accumulator X, okay. See ampersand ID, okay, this is the variable name. You have when, whenever you have to assign a value, that is 1, you give this kind of a symbol, okay. So here also we have two add instructions and we have a store accumulator instruction where you're giving X, okay. And then this variable, this particular part ampersand ID is said to be your parameter, okay, which is said to be at the end you have to put S 3 2 1. Okay, you have to concatenate 1 2 3 S at the end of the parameter ID. That is why this concatenation operator is said to be given. Now we have seen the macro definition. Now this is said to be called as sum A, only this part. Okay, this part is said to be called as, it can be called as a macro call. It is said to be called as a macro call. It is said to be called as a macro call. Or it is said to be called as the macro invocation. It is said to be called as the macro call, or it is said to be called as a macro invocation. What the term on it? Macro invocation. This is the first macro call and this is said to be the second macro call. This is said to be the second macro call. Okay, this is said to be the second macro call, or you can also call it as a macro invocation. Okay, now we function call cheyatile. Adepole thanne ivide nammal endha cheyana, we are making use of macro call or macro invocation. Now this part, okay, this part I have again divided into two parts. Okay, this is said to be called as the macro expansion. It is said to be called as the macro expansion for the call sum A, for the macro call sum A. This is called as the macro expansion for the macro call sum B. Okay, macro call sum B. Okay. So what do you mean by expansion? We called we used in terms and then what is the name of the macro? The name of my macro is sum. What is the parameter that I am going to send? That is this ID. Okay, this value is going to be, instead of ID, I am going to use it as A. Okay, now what I do is whenever I see such a statement in my program, whenever I see such a statement in my main program, whenever I see such a statement in my main program, this particular statement is replaced by these set of statements. This particular statement is said to be replaced. Please remember, it is replaced by these lines. Adana nammal ee line ne kaanumbol nammal automatically line ne nammal replace cheynathu etra lines vechittana 1 2 3 4 ee 4 lines vechittaയിരിക്കും ee single line ne nammal replace cheynathu. Okay, only replacement is said to be taking place. Replace nammal enna cheynathu, we are calling sum and your ampersand ID. Okay, ampersand ID is said to be replaced by the letter A. It is replaced by letter A. So if you see here, the instruction is LDA. Adu kayinittu endayano X ampersand ID. It has to be concatenated with 1. So now X ampersand ID nu parna A aanu. Concatenation operator inde avashyam illa. What is it? It is 1. So this becomes XA1. It becomes XA1. Now see the next instruction, add X ampersand ID and concatenate it with 2. So you will write X ampersand ID the program A edum, concatenation operator edum avashyamilla, just you have to write 2. So that is how you write XA2. See the next one, it is written as XA3. See the last one, it is written as XAS. Okay. So your sum A parna main program ulla statement is replaced by the 4 statements which are said to be forming the body of your macro. The only thing is you are modifying the parameter there. Parameter we replace ID panna sthalathu we A you are concatenating with whatever has been given in this. And let us go with the second macro call, which is said to be called as sum_b. So in the second macro call, you can see the name of the macro is said to be sum. The name of the macro is said to be sum, and the parameter is said to be b, and the parameter is said to be b. Now this particular statement in your main program, will be replaced by these four lines. It will be replaced by these four lines. Our lines and you have to load into accumulator. Again, you have x, amperand, id, and concatenation 1. So, if amperand id and b, concatenation operator we use here. So, we write it as xb1. Okay, then add xb2, add xb3, add xbs. So, this particular statement is said to be replaced by these particular statements. So I hope you have understood what macro definition is. Macro definition എന്തെല്ലാം കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ടെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കി. പിന്നെ macro call അല്ലെങ്കിൽ macro invocation എന്താണ്, and what do you understand by macro expansion. These are the three things that we have to understand in the beginning. Okay, macro process and the function. First thing that you have to learn is macro definition and expansion. Okay, so I hope you have understood this concept. Now, what is the difference between macro processor or your macro statement and your function call? Okay, now function call, now sadhana function cheyumbol adum nammal macros um thammilulla difference enna. Function call cheyumbol nammal endha cheyana, if I call a particular function called as called as sum of a comma b. Okay, so this value is being passed to that function. Okay, after a and b parna value nammal function lote pass cheyum. Pass ചെയ്തിട്ട് അവിടെ computation ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ആൻസർ ആണ് നമ്മൾ തിരിച്ചു. You're returning the answer. Okay, you're not replacing sum a comma b by the statements of the function. You're not replacing sum of a comma b by the statements of your function. You're computing the function and returning the answer. Okay. ഇപ്പം ഞാൻ സം എ കോമ ബി കൊടുത്തു, പിന്നെ ഞാൻ സം സി കോമ ഡി കൊടുത്തു. അവിടെ എന്താ പറയുന്നത്, ഈ ഫംഗ്ഷനെ കോൾ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ അവിടെ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടേഷൻ ചെയ്യും വിത്ത് ദ വാല്യൂസ് എ ആൻഡ് ഡി, സോറി സി ആൻഡ് ഡി ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ആൻസർ തിരിച്ചിവിടെ അയച്ചു കൊടുക്കുക. ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് നോട്ട് റീപ്ലേസിംഗ് ദിസ് particular statement by the statements of your function. That is, ഒറ്റൊരു copy of function can satisfy my these two function calls. It can satisfy my these two function calls. But ഇവിടെ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എന്താ ചെയ്യണേ, ഇവിടെ the call of your macro call, ഇവിടെ ഒരു macro call ചെയ്ത് ഇവിടെ ഒരു macro call ചെയ്തു. Single copy ആണോ രണ്ടുപേർക്കും യൂസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ള? അല്ല. Two different copies are said to be maintained. Two different copies of your macro definition is said to be provided. Adhan expand cheyiditana nammal separate aayittu provide cheyidittulla, and no computation is being carried out. Just the replacement of your macro call is done by performing the macro expansion. Okay.